Welcome back, investors, to Ticker Time News. I'm Adam, and Lordstown Motors, ticker symbol RIDE, has a new lease on life after striking somewhat of a deal with the world's largest iPhone maker. I'm not making this up. Foxconn will purchase Lordstown Motors factory, $50 million in shares, and build electric vehicles at the Ohio factory for Lordstown Motors with another EV startup too. This deal comes at a critical point for Lordstown Motors as the cash-strapped startup was starting to run low on battery. Now, before we get into the details of this unbelievable turn of events for Lordstown, I wanted to remind everyone that on Monday at 4 p.m., we are launching our after hours live stream where we're going to talk about the market, stocks, our investing playbook, the biggest financial news of the day. Plus, we're going to answer your questions live during the broadcast. So I hope to see all of you there on Monday at 4 p.m. and every day of the week after the market closes. I'm so excited for this. Now, let's continue with Lordstown. Lordstown Motors reached an agreement in principle to work jointly on scalable electric vehicle programs at its assembly plant in Ohio. Foxconn will build electric vehicles for Lordstown Motors as well as its other EV partner, Fisker. I do find it interesting that the agreement is non-binding at this point, but the details are being worked out as we speak. Foxconn will purchase about $50 million in Lordstown Motors common stock and will buy the assembly plant for $230 million. Lordstown Motors originally purchased the factory from General Motors in late 2019, so this factory's been around. Foxconn, a multinational electronics contract manufacturer company, is a partner of Apple and the largest Apple iPhone maker in the world. The deal does exclude certain assets that Lordstown Motors would keep control of. These assets include the Lordstown Hub Motor Assembly Line, battery module, and packing line assets. There are certain intellectual property rights that Lordstown Motors will keep as well. So it's looking to be a good deal for Lordstown Motors. The two companies said they will negotiate a contract manufacturing agreement for Foxconn to assemble Lordstown Motors endurance pickup truck at the factory. Reaching a contract manufacturing agreement is a condition to closing the facility purchase. So it seems as though Lordstown has a new partner to help build the all-electric endurance pickup truck. The parties have also agreed to explore licensing arrangements for additional electric vehicle programs. The facility would also serve as a speed-to-market asset that would also support Foxconn's partner and customer, Fisker. Fisker has 2 electric vehicle programs currently in the works. We've also learned that Lordstown Motors still has not started production of the endurance pickup truck. They're building a limited number of vehicles for testing and hope to get regulatory approvals to start building the vehicle either later this year or in the first half of 2022. Lordstown did announce will have an update on its production plan during its upcoming Q3 2021 earnings call that's currently slated for mid-November. This update does make sense as the new CEO has only been in the job a little over a month now. Much like Workhorse's new CEO had to go through every little detail about the company, so does this new CEO for Lordstown Motors. Lordstown also gave us an update on its 2021 financial outlook, which looks a little something like this. Capital spending will be from $375 to $400 million. SG&A expenses of around $105 to $120 million, which is up primarily due to higher legal and professional fees. R&D of $320 to $340 million, which is largely up because of an increase in prototyping and pre-production expenses. Cash balance as of September 30th, 2021 is $210 to $240 million, and that does exclude proceeds from Foxconn's purchase of $50 million of Lordstown common stock. It seems the goal of this partnership is to present both Lordstown Motors and Foxconn with increased market opportunities in scalable electric vehicle production in North America. That, of course, includes Foxconn's existing partnership with the electric vehicle company Fisker. One more thing that's worth noting. Lordstown Motors and Fisker are separate companies and have no connection whatsoever. Now, back in May, Fisker signed an agreement with Foxconn to co-develop and manufacture a new electric vehicle under the program called Project Pair. The EV by Fisker will be sold under the Fisker brand name in North America, Europe, China, and India. Pre-production is expected to begin in the US by the end of 2023 and then ramp up production into the following year. So overall, this seems like a big win for Lordstown Motors, as they were looking for ways to survive as a company, and Foxconn, they come in to save the day for Lordstown. Plus, this deal allows Lordstown to keep some of their physical goods and intellectual property, and as a bonus, pick up a manufacturing friend with Fisker. Now, hopping over to Lordstown Motors stock, this is a stock that has been to the moon and back, and to the moon and back again, and it's been a wild roller coaster ride. But if we scroll in and look at recently, what's been happening today, after the news came out, the end of September 29th, 30th, right here, we see a big gap up right here in price for Lordstown Motors. Let's measure this. So from the bottom right here to the top right here, it shot up 22.5% on the news about Lordstown Motors and Foxconn. And then on October the 1st, we had a giant red candle dropping the stock all the way down to where it is now, another 25.29%. So we'll see what happens. This news, I believe, is positive for Lordstown Motors in the long run. What do you think of this deal with Lordstown Motors and Foxconn? Will this be enough to save Lordstown Motors from going bankrupt? Let me know in the comments below. I'll join you there in just a moment. And don't forget, this Monday at 4 p.m., we're launching the After Hours show. I hope to see you all there. And remember, the most important thing about this show is answering your questions on your favorite ticker symbols. And if you missed the show, you can watch the recap and leave a comment, and we'll talk about it in the next live stream. So I hope to see you there, and I cannot wait for your comments, your questions. So thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.